Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you are doing great. Today we have the third lesson, or the third grammar lesson, which is called countable and uncountable. We all know what nouns are, so today we are going to talk about countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, can anyone remind me what are the countable nouns? The countable nouns that we can count. Okay, so everything we can count called countable. Okay, everything we can count called countable. Okay, like what? Let's take some example. One book, excuse me, two books, three books. So everything we can count called countable. So as you can see here, one book, there were no s because it's singular. Two books, we put s because it's plural. Okay, so now we start counting the books. Another example, one pen, two pens, three pens. Okay, what about the nouns that we can't count? Do you remember what are the nouns that we can't count? Like liquids, substances which we can count, like powders. Do you remember this? So everything we can't count are called uncountable. Everything we can't count are countable. Okay? Let's take an example, like water, milk, sugar. See, water and milk are liquids, so we can't, like blood, we can't count the liquids. Sugar. See, sugar is a kind of powder. Salt. These things are all uncountable. Okay? Here's a quick exercise to put the things in the countable or uncountable column. Okay, like in the countable, as you can see, we have egg, girl, jacket, cat, pencil, school. All these words we can make them singular or plural, like egg, eggs, girl, girls, jacket, jackets, cat, cats, pencil, pencils, school, schools. The uncountable thing, the things we can't count: cheese, butter, oil, salt, juice, and meat. We have never heard something like called meats. No, that's wrong, totally wrong, because meat is uncountable. Okay, now let's talk about if we want to ask about something countable or something uncountable. We have taken two things, how many and how much. Remember, how many for countable, how much for uncountable or non-countable. Okay, so in this picture, these are some chairs. So chairs are countable. That's why we asked with how many. How many chairs are there? Can you count the chairs? Yes, you can. So the chairs, so chairs are countable. Okay, now what about the water? Water is uncountable, so we used how much. Excellent. Okay, let's talk about a, an, some, and any. Okay, a and an. Singular, countable nouns. So we use a or an for the countable nouns, especially the singular, or must be used with the singular countable nouns, like a table, a house, a student, etc. An apple, an egg, an insect. So an and used for singular countable nouns. What about some and any? Some and any plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So some and any used in both ways, for the countable and the uncountable. But some has some specific usage and any also some specific usage. Do you remember when I told you any? Some could be used in anything, but any should be used in the negative and the question way. In the negative and the question way. Do you remember this? Some can be used in the positive sentences. Some is used in the positive sentences. There are some apples on the table. There are some apples in the table. We can also use some with the uncountable. So some used in both ways, as I told you before. Some in the with the countable or uncountable. What about any? Any, let's see any. Any is used in questions and negative sentences. Any is used in questions and negative sentences. See, the first one is a question. Are there any apples in the basket? Or is there any milk in the fridge? Why we said are in the first one and is in the second one? Because are in the first one, apples are countable. The second one, milk, is uncountable. So that's why any and some used in both ways. See, this is about the negative. There isn't any apples in the basket. There isn't any milk in the fridge. Now let's talk about a lot or lots of. So we use a lot and lots of with countable plural nouns and uncountable nouns. So a lot and lots of also used in both ways with the countable and uncountable. See in the examples? There were a lot or lots of people at the party. There wasn't a lot or lots of money in the bank. Do you want a lot of or lots of sugar in your tea? So this is also used in both ways, countable and uncountable. Hope you understand and try to answer the practice that you have been sent. And we are going to answer it together in this session. Thank you so much. Bye bye.